Om Shanti. To remain constantly cheerful, be easy-natured and tolerant, humble-hearted, egoless, and selfless. When you have an easy nature, then, as well as being cheerful, sweetness will be visible in your eyes, on your face, and in your activities. Harsh or bitter words will never emerge through your lips. Your heart, head, and words will all be equal. To have one thing in your heart and something else in your words is not a sign of easiness. Those with an easy nature will constantly be humble-hearted, egoless, and selfless. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 11. To remain constantly cheerful, be easy natured and tolerant. Today's topic: humble hearted, egoless, and selfless. The specialities of Mother Jagdamba. Even while coming in contact with so many souls and listening to all the situations of everyone, she herself remained detached and loving. There was never any change in Mama's vision for any soul. She had the same vision for every soul. As well as this, she would also definitely caution others about their weaknesses. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi ji.
Om Shanti. Is everyone okay? You know, your words will say yes, we are okay, right? But what is your brain saying? What is your heart saying? Are you listening to both and then saying, or we always say yes, we are okay? It's a good point to check. Is my brain also saying okay, or say a little bit less okay? And heart is also not sure if heart is okay. So, right? So check when you're saying okay, your brain accepting that, your heart. Are you saying from your heart, brain, and then words, right? So it's a good way to check actually. Am I okay? Yes, I'm okay. Mm. Then you say little bit, uh, my feelings are not so much loving. My head is also not in some conflict. Baba says, yeah, if you say okay, then brain and heart will also accept it. A very, very subtle thing, but it's very common. It happens whole day in our life. But Baba wants it that they all three should be same. So then there will be contentment uh, for yourself, your companions, the atmosphere, and you will be very happy and successful. So think about it, like Baba is saying, that you have to serve through all three. But if you inculcate first for ordinary things like I am okay, do I want to go somewhere? Oh, yes, but then my heart doesn't agree that I want to go. And my reasoning saying, no, you shouldn't go. But my words are saying, yeah, I want to go. So if we practice to integrate all three, then in service also it will happen. Otherwise, even for service, we know that we have to do through mind, words, and actions. But the real practice really is that day to day, all the time, am I just doing it or am I doing with my feelings? I'm doing in my good state of mind. So if we keep checking, then Baba says automatically three types of service is triple income in a way, right? Serving, Baba said, no triple income. Through your thoughts, through your words, through your works, actions, you are serving. Every virtue is a power. At the right time, using right virtue is also power. And that power helps you to be what you should be and accomplish what you should. Because sometimes that power is missing. So we miss something which we could have achieved. Like patience is a quality, but patience also is a great power because when it's lack of patience, then you get irritation, you internally not comfortable, you don't feel very good. So the quality becomes power, energy. You feel okay. And you are able to manage with the situation with that virtue. So every virtue I notice is like your strength, like your power. It's not only have that control, but also it manifests in your what you want to achieve. And one of our most important achievement really is if I could stay stable. So that if I have to discern, I have to decide, I'm not doing it from irritation, from impatience, because then something wrong will happen. And it continues that chain reaction. What Baba is teaching us is to make soul all virtuous and all powers, not affected by behavior of others or the atmosphere at that time. I know the whole world really is trying to be in that kind of stage, but they don't have this knowledge. And in this time for us to do this is a good example. And also we are achieving to create the type of atmosphere which is needed. Not we are not influenced, but we are transforming. And if just imagine so many uh, effort makers, so many Baba's children doing that will definitely bring transformation in the world, because that is needed, is transformation. And we are the instruments. Baba calls us world transformers. So our presence, our actions, our seva is for this transformation. If I notice everyone is agitated for something and I go, okay, what's not a big thing, let's be peaceful, the atmosphere will change. But if I also interact in the same way, then it will aggravate, right? So, and we should be happy that we are able to use virtues as powers to keep ourselves stable and contribute to the atmosphere and whatever is the need of the time. Baba says that today Baba is using word humble-hearted, because ego could be of mind, ego could be of intellect, ego could be of anything. But this is more about humble-hearted, egoless, and selfless, altruistic, three qualities. Mm. Baba says when you have an easy nature, mm, Baba says then easy nature, then as well as being cheerful, easy nature, and then also cheerful, Baba says, and sweetness. Easy nature, cheerful, sweetness will be visible in your eyes. Easy nature, mm, cheerfulness will be uh, what it is, sweetness will be visible in your eyes, on your face, and in your activities. Baba says that harsh or bitter words, harsh and bitter words will never emerge through your lips. So connection of heart, brain, and words is so interesting. Three. So Baba says that so bitter words will never emerge through your lips. Baba says your heart, head, and words will all be equal. Lot of people don't trust because your brain says something, your heart is saying something. So Baba says to have one thing in your head, and something else in your words is not a sign of easiness, easy nature. That is, your brain, your feelings, your words have to be same. So Baba says those with an easy nature will constantly be humble, humble-hearted, egoless, that is brain, and selfless. Hmm. So, easy nature, and then also with the brain and the heart, and then the words will never be bitter. It's so interesting, right? What Baba is saying. So, understanding and then observing yourself. How does it work? And when you observe, then you realize then you could make effort and you harmonize. Every conflict outside begins with conflict inside. But we always think it's the person, it's the situation. But actually, it's your sanskar. One time somebody got upset. So Dadi Gulzar said, but because he said like this, I couldn't control, so I got upset. Subar Dadi says, sanskar of getting upset is in you, not outside. And there was really, I understood so much that even if we blame someone, point out finger towards a person, but if it is not in your sanskars, you will never react or interact in different way. So still I have to inculcate in me, transform myself, keep checking that I don't have any intellect, lack of satisfaction. Just look at everything is going very well, is good, and your energy will keep making it good. This is not working, that's not working, it won't work. So through our thoughts, from our heart, we have to create what we want. It won't come from somewhere else. We have to create it. And for that, the checking is of your heart, your brain, and then your words. So, easy nature, cheerful, and altruistic. So that's what today's our virtues are, and we will practice. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Hello, Om Shanti, Gayatri.
Didi, as I was listening to you, I'm echoing. Three things came, and I'm churning on it. So asking you the question is because I'm churning on it because it kind of triggered an understanding that I want to share with you. You talked about the different sanskaras that emerge. That means our acquired sanskaras, when they emerge, they create obstacles. And then you give the example of Dadi Gulzar telling the person who told her that they were getting upset, that getting upset is not the fault of the other or not even a consequence of what the other is doing, but it is a sanskara that gets triggered. So as you were saying those things, I thought this was what happened within me. Each one of us, when we come to Baba's Yagya, it is as if our light gets ignited. And then we participate in an internal personal yagya that's connected to the bigger yagya. So in my little personal yagya, it means every time those sanskaras emerge, they are creating obstacles for me. in my little personal yagya of the individual. But when those sanskaras also emerge, they create an obstacle for the larger yagya. And if I don't change it, if I don't see that obstacle as an obstacle that is interfering in my process of transformation and purification, then I'm not able to see how that sanskara is affecting the bigger yagya.
Mm. Yeah. So that's the realization, right? And that's what,
But is that a true realization?
yeah. I think this is what is most needed, is this realization that what is the obstacle coming in my progress, my improvement, or being consistent. No, it's not every hour my mood changes, my words changes. And so if we start seeing that that sanskar is a big obstacle for the self-effort, self-progress, then we start seeing that how each one's words, each one's stage could be a contribution to yajna. That means everyone look at and they say, well, this is what it is. Plus, I think what I need to sacrifice in yajna, I can only sacrifice if I see that these are personal obstacles. Then I say, no, I have to sacrifice, whether it's subtle anger or subtle traces of lust or attachment, whatever sanskars are there, we have to sacrifice in this big yajna. So actually that's real sacrifice in yajna, because that is where the flame of yajna will remain ignited also. And Baba has created this yajna so that we can sacrifice these things. It's a very good aspect for understanding of what my own internal yajna and unlimited yajna is. Right? It's a very good point.
But if I don't connect my individual sanskara, the obstacle, to the bigger yajna, then I won't want to change it, would I? I would say, okay, it's my business, it's my little story, and it has nothing to do with the big yajna.
Or it might be, yes.
No, I was going to say, or I blame the yajna, I blame the organization, I blame the Brahma Kumaris, because I don't want to change it inside of me. I blame something outside of me for it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, that then we think it's outside, it's everywhere. Oh, this is like that, that. And we allow our old sanskars to keep creating obstacles in yajna. But our duty really is to contribute. For me, I always keep aim. I don't want to see what others do. I don't want to follow. But I have to do what Baba's Shrimat is and what is in my heart. So sometimes you have to keep yourself very detached and lovely, I think, and then sacrifice and make this flame remain ignited and obstacle free. Because that's what they say in Patha Bhakti, that deities, many saints and deities will create these yajna and the devils will try to. So it's the devilish sanskars, which create the obstacles in yajna.
So my sanskaras become the obstacle for me and my sanskaras become an obstacle for the yajna. Because if those sanskaras are not recognized as an obstacle, then I don't know what an obstacle is. An obstacle is actually
Because there are
sanskara.
many, many souls who are not able to be very actively part of the yajna because of their sanskar. And
Mm,
they always think maybe I'm not given, I'm not recognized, I don't get opportunities, and
mm,
it's like it's completely, then you blame the yagya, not bring self-transformation.
mm. Someone came to see me a
Right?
few days ago and she said, you know what's happening to the Brahma Kumaris? People are beginning to like individuals, but they don't like the Brahma Kumaris. And I wonder why that is so, that they would like individuals, but they won't like the organization or the yagya or the school.
I think again that's this sanskar. Like for me, when I came in Gyan, there were many groups were being formed, and they will come to me and approach me to be part of them. I said, no way. I know Yagya. I want to belong to Yagya, not to any group or any committee or all that. So once I went to Baba and I said, Baba, they came to me and they want me to chair their committee. Baba said, oh, you should have, because then you can serve. I said, no way. I don't want to be part of that. I
Mm,
don't want to hear even all that. So
mm,
I think if we love Yagya, recognize God's Yagya, then we will not be influenced by individuals, their principle, their theories. All people will have different experience, right?
mm,
But for anything, because our karmic accounts are different, our sanskars are different, so everyone will have different experience, but I should have depend on my own experience,
mhm,
because if I really believe in God, so definitely there's justice everywhere. A lot of people might say, oh, there is no justice. But how can then it be God's task? No? God's task will definitely have justice. So sometimes certain things happen to individuals and then they kind of label things in their own way. And then there are some others, they have similar situations, so they all become like a small, separate small group and not as a big, unlimited family.
mm, mm. The other thing you said that I found myself churning on was the word completion. And you said that completion is to do the three types of service at the same time. It would be incomplete if I just did Mansa Seva and not sweet words or wisdom, knowledge, or not through my face and features and drishti and activities. That means being the embodiment. It would be incomplete service. But complete service means I do all three at the same time. I do mind, words, actions, which would be Mansa Seva, giving Baba's knowledge, the wisdom through my sweet words, and then my presence, my actual embodiment of everything, my face, my features, my activities, they're also doing service. And of course, that makes me content, my companions content, and the atmosphere content. Is that what completion is? Completion isn't something at the end, but completion is how I align my mind, words, and actions throughout the day, throughout as I live my life in the ordinary practical way.
Yeah, because I think that my completion, is one of the part of yagya completion. Baba has created this yagya for my completion. And once my completion is happening, then yagya completion will also happen, because yagya is created for me. Baba wanted us to be sacred. Baba wanted us to be pure. So we sacrifice vices, we do tapasya, and all that makes us complete. So then yagya will be complete, no? Because why
It,
yagya has been created.
Right, but what
to
about me in my everyday actions? Like,
yeah, it's every day's action, no?
and while I'm
Completion,
at,
in other words,
yeah, go on.
no, I said accuracy also is part of completion. Accurate in Amrit Vela, accurate in offering Bhog, accurate in everything, you know. Accuracy also was Brahma Baba's lifestyle, you know.
Hmm, hmm. Because when Baba says empty your intellect, I find myself emptying it by asking myself the question, did I complete what I started? So if I completed it, it's easy to empty my intellect from it. But if I didn't complete it, then the intellect
It's
keeps remembering it. So I think this
yeah,
thing of emptying the intellect is connected with completing a task, completing a thought, completing an action, completing my words. And if I see completion as connected to elevated karmas, elevated thoughts, elevated words, and it's a completion, I have to complete the whole circle of it. Otherwise, the intellect will keep remembering it as something it didn't do, as you said, accurately or properly. I just did it halfway. And so when you
yeah,
were
this is
talking,
what
that's how I was
happened.
understanding it.
Yeah, actually, this is what we see with all of us, no? If you have to do something and you are told, then your intellect is going towards that.
Hmm.
But you do it, you finish doing it, then your intellect is free. It's not keep lingering on your intellect, you know.
Hmm.
This is every day, you know, which happens.
And so the last thing I wanted to tell you is that I looked up the word humble-hearted. Did you want to hear what they say humble-hearted is?
Mhm.
It's someone who is open, who accept criticism without being defensive. And if they are wrong, a humble-hearted person will accept that they are wrong. That's humble-hearted. The second is they put the needs of others first, and they do not require recognition or appreciation. They have a humble heart is a heart that serves. The other is a humble heart is grateful and forgiving. They are deeply appreciative of what they have. And so, because they are full, they are quick to forgive and let go of insults and defamation and offenses. It's easy for
Mm.
them to let go. And the last one is that they're self-aware. They possess a realistic and grounded view of themselves. They recognize their strengths, but they also recognize their weaknesses equally. So no one will tell them something that they don't already know. And so they're humble because they can change it. So
Mm.
I
It's
thought that
beautiful.
those are some nice characteristics of being humble-hearted. And so when Baba says that we should be humble-hearted, I thought the humble-hearted is our bhavana, those bhavanas that we should have, those pure feelings. And that's the heart, of course. The bhav is being egoless, and that's the head. And the swabhav is being selfless, and those are the words, the easy nature. And I was wondering, Didi, and this in with Bhumi maybe, that if Dadi Janki used to do 4 to 5, giving Sakash 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. every day, I wonder if we shouldn't be doing that as well. And I don't know what
Mm.
time Bhakti Parivar comes on in the afternoon or in the evening. So maybe from 4 to 5, they could just play some music, and anyone who wants to come and do Mansa Seva or give Sakash at that time, we could all join if we want to do that and get the practice of being the ancestors sitting at the roots of the tree, serving the whole tree. Or even half an
Yeah.
hour. It doesn't have to be a full hour.
We can think about it. But in Avyakti Parivar, yoga begins at 6 o'clock. And there are like a lot of people at 6, they sit until 7, and then is another yoga. But 6 to 7, we start, and then many people, they do, those who want to do longer yoga. So what we could do, maybe from 6:30 to 7, or we will
Yeah, or
look
6
into
to
that. And
6:30.
yeah.
6 to 6:30, we could do the Sakash. And then the
Mhm.
6:30 to 7, we could do something else.
Yeah, okay. We will think and announce then. Yeah?
Okay,
Okay,
thank
nice
you.
to chat with you. Okay, Om Shanti, good night.